Welcome to Spawn Street, which is the historic heart of the city of Coventry in the West Midlands. Yes, we're back in the West Midlands for a very specific reason. If you recall correctly, last year, at the end of last year in December, I attempted a challenge in this area where I tried to visit the 7 main towns in the West Midlands County, which are Coventry, Solihull, Birmingham, West Bromwich, Walsall, Dudley and Wolverhampton. I tried to visit them all in one day, but it obviously went wrong because of the storm. So I'm back now to retry the challenge on a relatively nice day. That could change later though, to see how durable it is, because I know it is durable, I haven't tried it since, so I'm looking forward to doing this. We will succeed. We will succeed. Hopefully, almost certainly. But just as an aside, Spawn Street is lovely. It's really nice. If you're ever in Coventry, you have to come check this out. It is the prettiest street in the whole county. There is one rule for this. In each of the 7 towns or cities, I have to visit one landmark in each of them, or one notable building. And this is actually not the landmark I've chosen, so we're going to make our way over to Coventry Cathedral to start the challenge. If you couldn't tell, Coventry is one of the most historically interesting cities in the UK. It was really beautiful until the Second World War, when most of it was destroyed. But some of it did survive, including Spawn Street, and also most of the area around the cathedral was also spared. I'm probably not even going to bother showing you the precinct area of Coventry, which is the new city centre that was built after the war, but the reason for that is because it's not very nice. But I will show you the cathedral and that sort of area, because we need to start the challenge there anyway. So yeah, I'm not going to go to the precinct because I don't really like it. Trinity, which is the newer of the 2 churches here that was not destroyed in the war. It's actually really nice. And this is the famous Coventry Cathedral, which is the start point of the challenge. Once I get inside the cathedral ruins, I will start the challenge. But I do need to take a minute to appreciate the true beauty of Coventry Cathedral, because it is one of the most interesting cathedrals in the country, and it's really impressive how much of it has been restored, and it's just open to the public. You can just walk around in it. It's a nice cathedral ruins. It's incredible. One other building we do need to check out in Coventry before we leave is the council house. It's really good. So look at that. That is incredible. It's only grade 2 listed. To me, that should be a higher listing than that. But it's incredible. That is actually stunning. It's one of the nicest buildings in the West Midlands. Alright, as brilliant as Coventry is, we do have to get the bus to Solihull now, so that's the first move of the challenge, is to get the bus from here to Solihull. I'll see you at Pool Meadow bus station, which is where we're heading now. Pool Meadow bus station now, just waiting for the Solihull bus. I think I'll be here in about 10 minutes. So it's not too bad. Thank you. I've made it to Sweden. It's really nice here, but this is the second phase of the trip. I'm making my way to the old town square in St Francis Church, which is the chosen landmark of this town. Here we are. This is one of the nicest places in the country, if you ask me. Just this view of the church, all these old buildings around it, it's just lovely. I'm going to go check, see if the church is open, but that's really nice. So I'm not going to go and have a look today. One day I'll come back and review this place, but I'll do it then. But sadly we can't today. But we do now have to go to probably the most infamous city in the UK now. You've seen my videos about this place. You know it's not that bad at this point. Right, I'm just at the station now. We've still got ages to wait. So I'll see you on the train. Back in Birmingham for the third time on the channel now. Anyway, we've got to head to Victoria Square to get the next bit done. So let's do that. Channel before, so we're not going to make a big deal of it this time. But you kind of do have to appreciate Victoria Square. That is incredible. Blows my mind every single time I come here. Right, we sadly can't dwell here, but you've seen this before. Just go watch the review video if you want to see the rest of the city. They've actually installed ticket machines on these trams now, which is good. I'm going to take the tram one stop to Grand Central just to save a bit of time. We're getting the train to Walsall now.
Please hold tight.
We're going to have a lot of these trams later, so I won't make a big deal of it now. Yeah, you'll see these later. Right, outside New Street, let's get the train to Walsall, which will be our fourth destination of today.
Welcome aboard this West Midlands Railway service for Rugeley Trent Valley.
Right, I was actually that quick at Birmingham that I managed to make an earlier train, and the good thing is this is actually a fast service as well. So the only stop is Cambridge Parkway. That is nice. Right, I'm going to charge my battery a little bit, so I won't do any filming until Walsall. So I'll see you at Walsall. Heading to the town centre now. I'll try and do this quickly. If I do this quickly, I'll be half an hour ahead, which is very, very good. By the way, the landmark for Walsall is the council house. Worried that the weather was going to be pretty bad today, but it's not that bad at all. It's been really sunny actually, so that's good. if you watch the previous entry in this, the previous attempt at this challenge, you will have seen this. This is one of the places we actually did manage to make it to. So that is lovely. That is really nice. It's probably one of my favourite buildings in the West Midlands, actually. I don't actually hate Walsall. I made up my mind last time. Walsall's not too bad. Anyway, I'm heading for the bus now. Walsall's not too bad. What I mean is, it doesn't offend me. It's definitely not perfect, but it doesn't offend me. I've been to a lot worse places than this, so to be honest, Walsall gets a pass from me. West Bromwich bus I could have got, but it's alright. I'll just stick to the original plan anyway. Didn't really want to get it. So yeah, in case any of you are wondering why I'm doing this, it's because I didn't want to get that in the first place, and also because I didn't really know about it, so Right, I've bailed a couple of stops early in Wednesbury Town Centre because I want to come and see a couple of things here, but that is not going to be on video because it's not the point of the video. So I'm going to do this and I'll catch up with you at the tram stop. It's going swimmingly, I'm not going to lie. I showed up to the tram stop here and that is brilliant. Do you know what, this is going brilliant. And also, I don't know if I'll be able to get a good shot of it, but you can see Wednesbury Parkway from this stop. They're that close together, that's quite cool. So this will take us to Lodge Road, so we'll go to West Bromwich Town Hall, 45th Town, and I'll explain why West Bromwich is a bit weird for this challenge later, once we get there. But there is a bit of, you could argue that there's a bit of trouble with defining which town you should actually visit here. I'll explain better when we get to West Bromwich. And if you watched the previous video, you'll know that this is where the other one started. Also, the tram displays as Birmingham and it says Western Village. I don't understand that, but whatever. Okay, the reason why West Bromwich is a bit weird. There are multiple different... We're in the Metropolitan Borough of Sandwell right now. Now, technically, if I was doing a speed run of the boroughs of the West Midlands, I could have just gone straight to Wolverhampton from Wednesbury. I didn't actually have to come here. Now, the reason why I did have to come here is because I'm not visiting every borough, I'm visiting every major town, which means I have to visit the main town in the borough. And West Bromwich is a bit weird because there's no real definitive centre of Sandwell. There's a lot of different towns that it's a bit like Tameside in Manchester, where there's a lot of different towns in it that could qualify, but West Bromwich is the largest, so that's why I've gone with West Bromwich. I don't know if I said this in the last video. Even if I did, you probably wouldn't have heard because it was so bloody windy. You probably couldn't hear most of that video, so sorry about that. Hopefully this video will be a bit different. But with I said that I really don't like it here. Out of all the 7 towns, this is probably my least favourite. I don't. There's not really much going for it, I'm afraid. Sorry, West Bromwich. But undeniably, the town hall is pretty impressive, and we're not too far from it now. So I might see if I can find the exact place that I stood when I filmed the intro, and I'll do it there. That is West Bromwich Town Hall. Yeah, I've recreated the bit now. Let's head back to the tram stop. Wolverhampton is predictably St Peter's Church, which we did visit in the previous video. I think it's got all scaffolding on it still, but still, we're going to go check it out because it's the main building in Wolverhampton, to be fair. Just missed one. That is sad. The next one is in, hold on, 7 minutes. There's no one at this bloody stop. I've got the whole tram stops myself. This window is filthy as well, so you're not going to get much out of the window glass. So obviously we'll go check out the church, and it turns out I'm going to be well ahead of schedule by the time we're done. We should be into Dudley Town Centre at around 4:10 if all goes to plan. At St Peter's Church in Wolverhampton, which is still being done up. They reckon the work's going to be finished in 2026, so I'm not going to bother going up there because I don't think it's open anyway. But it is beautiful. I absolutely love this church. Genuinely mind blowing. That's got to be one of the largest parish churches in England, right? Alright, we're going to pass this challenge with flying colours. Like, this isn't even close at this point. Even if something goes wrong, I've got hours. This is not a fail. This can't fail at this point. I'm actually going to get cocky. This can't fail. I'm not even joking. I might make an earlier bus because I got here at just before 3, and there's one at 3:10. So who knows? Hopefully there will be one. For that, I show up and it's cool. Oh well, nothing I can do about it. Let's just go down with the road. I'm not going to film it. Thank you. And by boarding that bus, we've completed the challenge. Now, we technically haven't. We haven't reached Dudley yet, but it's a mission success. Let's go. Made it to Dudley, but the challenge isn't over yet. We still need to get to the fountain, which is the landmark of choice for Dudley. You can easily do it in a day. I was kind of expecting to be able to do it in a day, but I just kind of wanted to see how long it would take. And the answer is about 6 hours. It's about maybe just under that. Really not that long. I was expecting it to take longer than that, but I think my plan was a bit generous for time, so I ended up going a lot quicker than that. So that explains it then, doesn't it? But it was a very fun challenge. I really enjoyed this. I would say I recommend it, but unless you're a train or travel nerd, unless you're a train or travel nerd, I would recommend you do this. But because it kind of exposes you to the reality of the West Midlands. The reality of the West Midlands is more than just bleak industry. It is there are some very cool hidden gems in this region that not enough people realise, and this is just in the metropolitan area. Beyond the metropolitan area, it gets even better. So just give this area a chance. I mean, I've said this in countless videos now. I hope I've kind of tried to do these towns a bit of justice. Obviously, some of them are bad, and I highly recommend you avoid them. Like, for example, I wouldn't come here except for the castle, and also West Bromwich. Avoid West Bromwich, but the rest of them aren't too bad. I could maybe see avoiding Walsall as well. It's just a bit boring, Walsall. There's not really much wrong with it. It's just a bit bland. But Dudley and West Brom would probably avoid those two. But the rest of them, Coventry, for example, Coventry is very charming if you know where to look. So don't just think of Coventry as brutalist. It is not just it is brutalist. It is a stunning city, and it's worthy in its own right. It's brilliant. Like, what more do you want me to say? And same for Birmingham, but I've said my thoughts on Birmingham many times in previous videos, so I'm not gonna go on about Birmingham too much. This is definitely not the last you'll see of this region. I definitely will be coming back here many times, so obviously not for a while, but don't expect there to be a complete... This is not the last video from the West Midlands, don't you worry. But yeah, no, I've really enjoyed my day out here. My day out isn't done yet. I've still got a couple of things to do, but the challenge and the video is over now, so... I hope you enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed coming back here to finish the challenge, finish it once and for all. I've wanted to do that for basically ever since the first one went wrong. And now that I've done it, I'm happy about that. But you know the drill. Like and subscribe if you want. Not sure what the next video will be. It's very windy as well at the moment, so if you can't hear me, apologies about that. So yeah, without further ado, thank you very much for watching through to the end of this. This is probably going to be a reasonably long one, and I will see you in the next one. See you around.